Hi scholars, Dr. Ratcliffe here. I just wanted to make a brief video and welcome you to our very short public speaking class. This semester will help you not only knock out a quick speech credit, but also give you an opportunity to polish your public speaking skills. And so whether you're a lot nervous or just a little nervous, you should find this course to be helpful. I'll make another video about how to contain the nerves or control the nerves and post it later this week. But today I just wanted to give you a welcome to the class and talk to you about a few things that are important. First of all, I've already received some questions about how to post the videos in this particular class. So let's go ahead and admit that taking a speech class online is not the same as taking it in a face-to-face classroom. There's a bit more responsibility placed on you, the student, since you've chosen to take this class online. If you notice in the Start Here module, there's a page that says Recording Rules and YouTube Rules. This page is very important and you'll want to read it closely. We'll look at it here in just a moment. If you scroll down to Module 1, you see that your first two speeches are due this Friday. So Speech 1 is a very short introduction speech. You'll want to read those instructions, and Speech 2 is a little bit longer. So you'll deliver Speech 1, pause 10 seconds, and in the same recording, deliver Speech 2. You'll notice right before this page, there once again is the page of Recording Rules and YouTube Rules. And so let's go ahead and look at that together now. Read this page very carefully because this will help you understand how in the world we do a speech class online. So first of all, you need to understand that what we're trying to do is to still give you an opportunity to speak publicly. And you will just record or capture that event. So we're going to use YouTube to post your speeches, and here is information that you'll want to read carefully about how to do that. For privacy, you'll want to mark your video as unlisted. Please don't mark it as private. I can't open it, and I need to open it. And so read the YouTube section very carefully. If you have a PowerPoint, a few of the speeches do have a PowerPoint as part of the visual aid requirement. You'll want to read this section about how to include that in your video. But here's what I want to spend some time talking about. You need an audience of at least 3 adults. Yes, you can have more. You can have some younger people, but we need at least 3 adults. And so in order to make this count as a public speech, you need a public. And so this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be speaking to your live adults, and the camera is just going to capture this. So you're not going to be speaking just to the camera. The camera should be in with your audience. So you're facing your audience and the camera is facing you. And you need to make sure that you tell people ahead of time and you arrange where they should meet you, and all of these things should be worked out prior to the speech deadlines. This is probably the hardest part of taking a speech class online, is the logistics that's involved. One of your audience members should record your speech. You're responsible for telling that person how to do that. And so first I need proof that you have an audience there. So they need to pan the audience so I can see everyone, including themselves. And then they need to focus the camera on you. You begin talking, and the camera should not move from you the entire time. I don't need to see the audience again while you're speaking. I don't need a zoom up close, shot of your face. So just make sure that I can see head to toe, front of you. And of course, if your visual aid is there next to you, I don't even really need them to zoom in on that, because when you have a PowerPoint as a visual aid, you'll also attach that PowerPoint to your submission, so I can see your PowerPoint on my screen. So don't break the recording. Make sure that they understand that everything should be in one shot, and make sure that they get your entire speech. You'll also want to watch your video after it's recorded to make sure that it is viewable, that you can be seen, that you can be heard. This is very important because you don't want to post a speech in which I can't see or hear you. So read this very, very carefully. The last part of this page is just a checklist that you should go through so you understand, or you're making sure that you've recorded things properly. And so that is something to be very aware of, how to record speeches. You'll also notice that later in the semester, well, the speeches are kind of spaced out throughout the semester. But if you want to work ahead on your speeches while you have your audiences gathered, feel free to do so. And so, for instance, you'll have to do speech 1 and 2 together. But speech 3 is due the 19th, and speech 4 is due a week later on the 26th, the day after Christmas. If you don't want to mess with speech 4 the day after Christmas, feel free to go ahead and do it at the same time you're doing speech 3. Just do those on 2 separate videos, since they're 2 separate assignments. So it's a little different from speech 1 and 2. But if gathering an audience is an issue for you, then it may be wise to go ahead and do those speeches ahead of time. The only speech that you may not want to work on super early is your team speech, your portion of the team presentation, which is speech 5. It's not due until the 30th, and the team discussions that you're participating in, those will help you decide what you're speaking on and help you develop your portion of this presentation. So you need to go through those discussions before you record your team presentation. So that might be the only speech that you can't do ahead of time. So this semester is going to move very quickly. We have a lot going on. There is a lot of good information in these modules, and hopefully you all have your textbooks quickly. We have our first exam this weekend, and so it moves fast and furious. But the great thing about an online speech class, especially a winter term, is that you get it over with fast and you can do it from anywhere. And so this week I'm in Panama City Beach, Florida, but I'm still teaching the class, and it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And so that's very exciting to be able to have the flexibility that this class offers. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. You can send me a message through the inbox function of our class, and I usually answer those pretty quickly during the daytime. And so do not hesitate to send me a message if you have a question about anything. I look forward to this semester. I'm so glad to see all of you already online and participating, and I think that this will be a great opportunity for you, and I look forward to viewing your first 2 speeches later this week. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later.